Iyer joins us to discuss this latest news on Zimmerman following a call for a domestic dispute between Zimmerman and his estranged wife. And we want to thank you, Seema. It's always great to see you. When this was reported, I believe this came in the news cycle yesterday.
Right.
What was your reaction to this exchange between the police chief?
I was most shocked by the impropriety, Debbie. I've been in law enforcement for over 20 years now, and a chief of a police department does not have direct communication with the public. In rare circumstances, you would have a press conference. In these circumstances, you have a press office. Let them handle it. So it was completely improper for those reasons, as well as the fact that it was just again corroborating this idea that we have in this country that Florida acts often inappropriately in various circumstances.
Yeah, you would think some lessons would be learned in this. Now, how could this affect the case that's being investigated as it relates to the domestic violence potential charge? Because no charges have been filed.
Right. Well, if you look at the email, which I know you did, the chief specifically says that George Zimmerman punched the father-in-law. The chief specifically says that George Zimmerman broke the iPad. These are two pieces of evidence that are directly related to the case. They're a part of the case. This is an ongoing investigation. So he's hindering the investigation, and he's tampering with the potential prosecution and potentially tainting the people who could be sitting on a jury if this goes to trial.
Asking for your opinion, do you think George Zimmerman is a threat to public safety?
I do. And this is the reason. Because since the verdict, which was in July, since the verdict, he has had now 3 contacts with the criminal justice system, okay? He's been reckless in that he drives at excessive rates of speed. He has been reckless in carrying a gun, although he is permitted to do that. He was reckless in his behavior with Trayvon Martin, whether he was acquitted or not. And he's been shown us to be violent, and not only with Trayvon Martin, but now with Shelley Zimmerman and Shelley's dad.
This tells us about all these things that you just listed, in terms of running in with a loss since his acquittal. What does this tell us about him that perhaps people didn't want to accept before the verdict?
Well, I think what we talk about in terms of criminal justice is this recidivism and this ability to constantly have contacts with the criminal justice system even after you've had a negative experience. So that's the criminal law term. But I think the real life term is narcissism. I think he's a narcissist. He's very self-obsessed, and he's trying to prolong this 15 minutes for as long as possible. And he has no regard for society, for other people.
Well, does this, and I'm just wondering, do these comments that the chief police made to the citizen open him or the Lake Mary police up to any sort of legal culpability from the family of Trayvon Martin?
It is very possible. Now, I don't know if you recall, but during the trial, George Zimmerman were suing various news organizations. So at the same token, Trayvon Martin's family, I don't think they have a direct connection. However, if they can show that their federal investigation is being hampered or hindered by the chief's emails and his statements, then yes, there could be.
Such a bizarre turn of events. Seema Iyer, thank you as always.
Thanks.
See you again.